who might be new to it, I'm going to see what the records of our runners are while they get started.
Absolutely. So, in this mode, we have.
What are those? I'm sorry, but the boots were in the sanctuary?
That's the sort of thing that happens in Keysanity. We take all the items in Link to the Past and just shove them wherever. But when we say all the items, we mean all the small keys, all the big keys, all the maps, all the compasses, and all the boots. So yes, fcoughlin and Sirheavens grabbing those very early. As Sirheavens goes and does a little bit of
What was
hula.
that, like 1 minute boots?
That's 15-second boots.
That's crazy. I mean, I can't even. I mean, I had a master shovel after waiting for a month and a half, and I've got nothing for that.
Well, hopefully that won't be the only absolute absurdity of an item pull that we get today. I mean, I know I'm personally hoping for something a little crueler later on, I guess would be the word for it.
Yeah, well, I usually hope for the cruel thing, so I'm right there with you.
Sirheavens heading on down to visit Uncle. Seeing a lot of them covering the same locations. You know, get those early boots, kind of routing those spots early. Sab0tender had picked up Ether along the way.
Okay, nice. We got one medallion pretty early. This has turned out to be a pretty nice seed, actually. I'm surprised Coughlin's going with the South Village strategies, and I have confirmed both our races today are in the 0 and 1 bracket of the Swiss rounds.
Yeah, so this will be a very important run. All 4 of our racers looking to get that first win in the tournament. But that's one less reason for them to look to fight Aga. We just have a rupee on the Lumberjack ledge.
Oh, no troll item in the Lumberjack.
But that doesn't mean we won't see Aga. We never know.
That is true, and I got with our entire truck team, as I like to call us, bringing you this race today. I, of course, having seen my master shovel, now hope that the shovel is hidden behind a $500 expense. A master book would be okay too in my book. Huffin, you were saying something about silver arrows in a Ganon's Tower big chest? As there's bombos in the library.
I mean, let's be honest, it would be interesting. We also see the sword in the Lost Woods, courtesy of Sab0tender.
Nice.
Yes, silver arrows in the final chest. That is something I have actually seen in the past, and it definitely makes you sweat a little.
Yeah, Ganon spins definitely not anybody's favorite thing to do. Speaking of favorite things, Cyclone's favorite thing to see is a fetch quest in Lumberjack. Sorry, not today. And
We're gonna
Timaloba
see
wants
the
a loaded
flute
ice
instead.
palace. Shout out to the trackers.
We're seeing a flute right now, though. fcoughlin just found it in the chicken coop. So bird to a bird.
We are
All
going to get
rise.
our swag duck on early. And last shout out of our team to Skipsy, who is handling the restream for us. Couldn't have done without you.
So yes, we've now seen the Red Meringue and the Thieves Town Big Key over in Blind's hideout as Coughlin heads into the well, Sab0tender following straight behind.
I believe this is probably the most jet seed I have ever seen. And a moon pearl in the well?
Well, 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 what do we have here?
Have you been watching my commentaries? That's usually my line.
No, but someone had to say it, I'm afraid.
Yep, so fake flippers are gonna put the waterfall into the sequence if they can get the money for it. And a couple of our runners are doing well on funds. fcoughlin, not so much, only with 90 bucks. That's gonna change in probably quite a hurry.
Yep, if nothing else, that's good incentive to go do the hula hand room, which we saw several of our racers do,
Yep,
and
that's
where
probably
they gather the funds.
difference. And we have a magical boomerang, not a blue boomerang, definitely a lag-inducing one from our right side runners, and also Sabo.
Yep, the magic is in the lag.
So we'll probably see in about a minute, all of our runners will probably be fully synchronized, and then where to next? South Shore, maybe?
South Shore seems like the right play. Still plenty of open locations to hit up. The set of items doesn't really give you any new locations as helpful as they are. The flute is about all that you get. That gets you onto Death Mountain.
Yep, that will add Death Mountain. So you could go check the old man if you like dark rooms. I don't like dark rooms, so I wouldn't do that. But then again, these runners are not me.
Old Man isn't my least favorite dark room, but it's not my most. Eastern dark room is good. Ease into those techniques.
It's the only dark room that this filthy casual can even do.
And we saw Sab0tender not getting much out of the race game.
So that's what the lumberjacks say in Rando. One of us always lies, apparently. At least that's what the left one said. And the other one of us always tells the truth. Thank you, fcoughlin, for that. Didn't know they did that.
Yes, one of the great enigmas of our time. Which one lies, which one tells the truth, and which one put the rupee on the ledge? We may never know.
But we will soon know where our runners are going to go as Sabo leads the charge to South Shore. We'll see what the sunken treasure is tonight.
Just a big 20 in the dam.
Damn.
It's been a pretty densely packed start, but it does mean our runners are largely tracing each other's steps right out of the gate.
Yep, everybody's in trace mode at this point, and damn, another big 20 from the water. Sabo's gonna go to Mini Moldworm Cave, what I like to call the new Hype Cave.
It has been pretty impressive lately.
And thankfully with a sword, we're not gonna see extreme bomb strats, but we're gonna see a couple bombs tossed. Nice double.
Yeah, even if it's not strictly necessary, it does speed the room up a fair bit.
Big key for pod. Silvers!
And this is what we mean by being a little bit
Go
hype.
with Burrito Master Sword. Okay. I would 7 out of 10. I would hype that cave.
Yep. Unfortunately, that kills my dream of the particularly trolly silvers.
There could be a red mail in there. You never know.
Could be. It's always nice to see the ultimate chest have the ultimate prize.
And also, putting the red mail in there, that would be vanilla. Even more trolly. I like it. Alright, let's see if Ice Cave pays today. This is a bit out of the way, but not so much with the boots.
No, not the worst location to run off to.
Terra Hera Burrito. And those of you who are new to Keysanity, of course, those maps are the key to telling you, as Sirheavens decides to bomb Watergate location. The maps, of course, telling you what you can find from the boss of that dungeon, be it a crystal or pendant. compasses tell you how many chests and such you've opened when you're in that dungeon.
Yep, compass is not as valuable to our runners. These are players who can remember the item locations that they have and haven't hit.
Definitely helpful to us, however.
And Sab0tender making use of that warp and the fake flip. Now, in this mode...
In the fake flippers mode, well, you were about to start it, so I'll let you finish the thought.
Well, in this mode of Keysanity, major glitches are not allowed, but fake flipper is simply a minor glitch. Just line yourself up right, take a jump, you're in. So this is not within logic, but perfectly legal.
That's actually not what I was thinking you were going to say. I was thinking you were going to say one hit when you're in a fake flipper mode, you're dead.
Well, that's the downside of doing it.
Yep, there's a little bit of risk involved, and I really hate that archer on top of the bridge because he always gets me when I try to go visit the Overworld. Piece of love from him. And Sabo is gonna go see hashtag things in Zelda's chest and everything else on the way. Sirheavens instead going towards Eastern. ScoobyD in, oh my gosh, Agana with the gloves.
Agana got the fashion.
I always like routing Agana in early because it is a Sphere 0 that's a bit out of the way, but Boots and Flute make it not as bad of a penalty, and not a penalty at all when it pays off to that level.
Meanwhile, Sahasrara was hiding the Fire Rod and Tempered Sword.
We're baking at nearly 12 minutes. Wow.
We are baking twice over.
I saw a seed that had golden at 10. Ooh. And yeah, that was a nightmare because I personally ran it and...
That's sort of danger. You might be watching this and thinking, hey, they got wonderful items right out of the gate. This must be a wonderful, easy seed.
And I have to have you stop right there because we have hammer time on ScoobyD.
Hammer time. But yeah, if you've got hammer, you've got level 3 sword, you've got flute, great items.
And
where do you go now?
We have all 3 medallions? What is this seed?
This seed is inching on being a nuisance
it's
to our runners.
Validity because we had 1 arrow off of Zora and My Dream is dead. I mean, this seed is so jet, you wonder where's going to be that one item that hangs everybody up for 30 minutes, because it's almost nearing inevitable.
Yep.
And there's no safeties either.
Yeah, this is the sort of run that you feel like it's going to be great, and then Ganon's Tower, big key, in Ganon's Tower.
So fcoughlin stumbling around in the dark, probably rescuing the old man, my guess. Only big 20 in Zelda's chest.
Sab0tender looks like not going to do a dark room underneath Hyrule Castle, but may... oh, no, wouldn't have the key to do it in Aghanim's Tower.
Aga Tower with no keys. Oh, Sabo on the gamble.
Yep, it's just one chest, but they can access it now, and that's the beauty of Randomizer. That one chest might be the chest.
Oh, hey, looks like my old cursor buddy from my run is back on screen. Oh, there he goes.
Well, I guess if you were really looking for the small key to Ice Palace, then yes, that gamble was worth it. Sabo, I suspect, not so excited.
Ice Palace bomb jump kind of makes Ice Palace keys worth not so much. Eastern Palace map chest, just a bomb expansion. Nothing major there, so we're just looking for the next big thing.
Well, fcoughlin is climbing up to grab Quake.
But he has not gone for that ether yet, and that was in the uncle's chest, if I remember you said that right.
I believe it was. If not, I'm sure chat will correct us. Right click.
Yes, chat, the true unsung heroes of commentary, because they make us own our mistakes.
And
4 and
Scooby-
5 hearts total. Okay, so the health is kind of low, but
Yeah, Scooby going and doing possibly the easiest dark room, the one in Eastern. That'll give them one chest at the end of it all.
Swamp Palace is our green pennant location of the day.
And that might be good news. Swamp, the one small key is basically all you need to get in, but that's one item to try and track down. And that can be a
And-
bit tricky.
We also need a mirror and flippers, which we have neither of those.
Yep, those are likely to show up though in due course. And if,
But they could be buried all the way in Turtle Rock for all.
or they could be buried all the way in Turtle Rock. That's the fun of Randomizer. But if they're on Sick Kid, I suspect ScoobyD will be finding out pretty quick as they grab a bottle.
And Fred enters Eastern Sirheavens about to be pleasantly surprised by the back 3 chests of his. Blue boomerang there too, so we know where that is. It's going to pick it up in conjunction with everybody's hammers.
Just a little gratitude from the Sick Kid, nothing big.
Oh,
Scooby gonna hit up the mountain, go rescue our good friend Gary.
as Sirheavens is starting his castle routine, ScoobyD in the dark. Let him see the light in a moment. Sabo and Fred are going through the Eastern Palace. Sabo up to the dark rooms.
This just goes to what I was saying. You get all these lovely items, but not enough direction. So we see our runners covering a lot of the same tracks, looking for that bit of progression that they really need.
Gary's $5 retirement fund, not that today.
And it is worth noting that all of these dark rooms are also considered out of logic. So the game will not force you to do any of those ever. This time they haven't yet paid off, but that can be something that our runners think about as they're routing.
So that's where the first bottle was, Eastern Palace Big Key location. But of course, that's just a red herring to Sick Kid. But also our first safety of the race.
Indeed, you can find yourself needing quite a few potions the more tricks that you start playing with this game.
And if you head towards Zora with the waterfall, you could throw that empty bottle in, and who knows what you're gonna get. Could be a fairy, could be a potion of some kind. A bee, could even be the good bee, which is great for Mothula.
That is true. A rare tactic that we see people use, but it is an option. Using that bee on Mothula, smooth out that fight a little bit.
With all the bacon, though, today, I doubt it. However, with gloves and a hammer comes something big, and that is Dark World access. ScoobyD is looking at that hype cave, or as I prefer to call it, the cave of questionable value.
I always like to call it Dagobah, personally. Go free up Yoda.
Okay. Fred is not happy with the Sick Kid, leaves with Bob as prison.
Here a small key.
Hera basement. Okay. A map for Eastern. Big 20. 5-hour capacity. And that hype cave is officially a 1 out of 10. I do not hype that cave.
Yeah, a little unfortunate.
I only give it a 1 because Hera basement could be the thing. We don't know. I reserve the right to lower that to 0 out of 10.
Well, Scooby's going to find out if Hera is one of the red crystals, and it is.
Desert Hera! Oh, they're both in the light
So-
world today.
So we will definitely be seeing the inside of Hera, if nothing else. Will we see the basement, though? Good question.
Yes, game with a Meyer burrito.
Yeah, Sirheavens making their dip into the Dark World via the
So
village.
much divergence.
You gotta love that. You got the tools to roam around, and roam our runners shall. And there's the Ganon's big key.
If you did see that coming in the C-shaped house, kudos to you.
Sirheavens giving a little bit of a bow to Mario in thanks.
Sabo's about to be happy going to see Agana, and we're going to be counting digs in a moment, so I'll be back once we know the count. $14 digs for a buck. Really? It's awful.
Well, Sabo's got their mitts. Coughlin down in Hyrule Castle, little ways away from finding Dark World access.
Zelda's chest not gonna pan out there. But we also still have the Dark Room of Castle available. I don't think we have a key for it found, but that is outstanding. Did I just see Heaven get mitts turned on?
I believe so. Makes sense considering they have
Yep,
them.
he just lifted a dark rock. Where were those mitts?
By the route, I'm guessing Stumpy?
Stumpy can lift?
Oh no, it was an outcast. Cyclone correcting.
I'm guessing I saw most of it. It was the bombable house? The bombed house? Something. Maybe? Help! Poor Fred getting his small key to Ice Palace from the tower, and Sabo about to get the least hype cave ever.
And I suspect Sirheavens will be doing the same, but he's got a partner.
Scooby's going Skull Woods. Interesting gamble. I like it.
Scooby could clear it out. He's got the fire rod.
Yeah, we could see our first full clear dungeon.
The only problem is, if the tracker is to be believed, and we should be believing the tracker, that's just a pendant.
Womp womp.
Of course, that doesn't mean Mothula isn't holding something of value.
That is true. So if you believe in the power of the fetch quest, they're all still available. Sabo on the pyramid, just a vanilla piece of heart. Boo.
Gonna take it anyway. They're on pretty low health, all of them at the moment.
Low
so
health, low
those things can help
saves.
out.
Yeah, get what you can. See what the smith's occupation of choice is today.
Keysmith
For
Call
desert.
for a desert.
No desert access, of course. Need the book to come in the front way, and they're missing the mirror to come in from the left side. Sabo's at the catfish.
Just some cash. Just a cash fish.
Big 50.
Ooh, Sirheavens getting knocked down. They only have 5 hearts. They're a little behind on everyone else as far as health goes.
And ladies and gentlemen, Turtle Rock is the crystal. We're going to see a Trinax fight tonight. Scooby's not going to go straight to the moth. Instead, he's going to get that little out of the way chest.
Meanwhile,
Sabo's
Sirheavens
going to be dark worlding shortly.
Sirheavens diving into the mire.
Mire Shed, this could be big. Swamp Compass.
And it wasn't.
And a Detour. That's his first bottle. So he's going to go to Sick Kid and get disappointed.
That is true. Scooby taking a death as well. Didn't quite look like a death warp.
Sort of, maybe, because he did get the chest in that back path, so probably actually was a death warp.
Oh, true. And it was Kane.
By God, we have found Kane. So we have found 1/3 of the wrestling trio. And yep, Bombable House was indeed the miss. Sabo joins the Golden Glove Committee.
Yep, Sab0tender, this year's best goalkeeper.
I just thought it was for a boxing championship. And literacy in Thieves Town. Ped check, get your hype ready. What's the tablets available? Big key to ice. Nice.
Yep, another key that the Ice Palace bomb jump makes unnecessary, but there's still a big chest for it.
It is indeed a big chest, and that cane is going to help when Sabo goes over into the woods, because he can use, as I like to call it, the cane of cheating, and not have to move those statues around. Scooby takes on the moth.
And Sabo gets the flips.
Water toes.
So that puts Waterfall Fairy in logic. Also puts Ice Palace in logic.
Ice Palace at under 30 minutes, I think that's a record. I've seen it usually at 40, not 30. My God.
Yeah, it's very early, and it can be a tricky dungeon.
Tim Lobo over on our tracker side, he wants to see that Ice Palace loaded. You might get your wish today.
I was going to say this seems to be a tricky seed as well, but I think fcoughlin just took a death warp.
Yep, he got that by God chest, so he'll be on his way to the moth. As Sirheavens and Sabo are going to be on their way upwards towards the skylight room of Thieves Town.
Now, it's worth noting with all of Scooby's attempts on Mothula, didn't actually finish the fight.
Oh,
Not in the best position to do so, but never know.
All right, Fred, tell us what the moth's got this time, please. We need to know. As Scooby picks up the Ganon's Tower big key from that C-shaped house. No guessing game today, sorry. that was an awesomely clean fight, Moth fight. It's a small key too.
Ganon's Tower.
You need one of those to make it through. Just one.
And half magic in Blind's prison.
Nice. Got some safety. That will put a nice temptation towards Ice Palace with that Bombos and half magic being the key to get in.
Yep, definitely makes the Trinex fight easier as well, but with Tempered Sword this early, I don't see it being that much of a challenge for our runners. What does Blind have to say about that? The tap dancer's routine often runs cold.
No, it runs hot and cold because it's the water taps. Like
Yes. That's what I get for attempting to read quickly without the book.
But Sabo's got the book. One heart. Careful. Careful.
Ooh!
Right.
Ooh!
And the bottle does not contain a fairy. Oof. But Sabo's
Okay.
gonna give it another go. The old college try. Sirheavens uses the book for Desert Palace. We did find that small key, so we could clear the entire bottom area, especially with having those 15-second boots. God.
Alright, Sabo versus Blind, round 2.
So here's the question. How does Blind know to reset his scripted fight if he can't see the fact that he won the first round?
Well, I don't know what extra senses having 3 floating heads gives you,
Oh no!
but that might be in there. Ooh, Sabo!
Might want to go buy a safety potion, man. No, he's gonna try it again. Gotta admire the effort to persevere in a boss fight like this. Though it doesn't take that long to get back to Blind after a loss, so that's probably what's going through his mind.
Nope. Now, Sirheavens, over in Desert, finds a little bit of powder, a little bit of magic.
One thing I noticed for our trackers, the bottom 2 racers should have both boomerangs, not just a red, because they have hammer, and the blue boomerang came as a freebie with it in the same area.
Powder and mushroom over in Desert Palace. What are they doing over there?
Do they want to do a fetch quest? All right. I know it's not what I usually hope for. Come on, shovel the big chest. Oh.
Nope, just another Ice Palace key.
That would have been awesome, though. All 3 fetch quest items in a row.
And Blind just offering up a pendant. So I believe we actually know where all of the pendants are now. Swamp is green, Skullwoods and Thievestown are the red and blue.
Which means we know where all the crystals are as well, and our trackers are furiously working to fill out that information for us.
Now the question is, do any of our runners know all of that individually? I'm not positive they do yet.
The positivity of that is still undetermined, but I have determined that Scooby's happy to get that half magic. Who's gonna make that Ice Palace gamble first?
Well, Sabo's making the Skullwoods gamble first.
He's got a book with a fire rod he can full clear, and maybe mirrors. They're not gonna route in the ped check. Darn it.
Meanwhile, it looks like Sirheavens is going to get our first actual crystal, heading off to fight the Lammelas.
Landmala's Fire Rod? Yeah, that's gonna be an easy one. Now he's gonna go for tempered spins. Okay. And
Yeah, it's
Scooby
not-
going Samaria strats on blind. I love it.
Ooh, but does Blind love it back? No!
No. Blind is worse than Trolldorm today.
Blind is brutal. We didn't see that coming.
Nah, no, we didn't.
But Sirheavens clearing out the Lamelas and getting the first crystal of the match.
Scooby's checking some hammer pegs.
Coughlin makes quick work of Blind. Looks like Sabo is going to go all the way through Skull Woods. Maybe to Mothula?
Hammer pegs were just vanilla. Nothing major there. Sabo's going to the moth. Yep.
And Sirheavens doing the same, so we should see a few more canes shortly.
And Fred's gonna dig up a nice shiny dollar. Is he gonna spell out something for us? Yay! We're getting a message from Fred here. Hi, Fred. Bye, Fred. I like it when they do that.
Always nice to have a little bit of pleasantry during the run. A little bit of cheerfulness. It's not all doom and gloom and killing pigs all the time.
Yeah, we're not gonna see that pig data for quite some time. Sabo going into the desert from the front, and Sirheavens starting his Skullwoods clear. Scooby's like, desert? Mire? Which way do I go? Desert.
Well, desert is the smarter play right now.
Yep, definitely full clearable. Mire just having the shed available, not a lot of item density.
Well, no, they can get into Mire. They have all the medallions.
Now, we've got fetch quests available. Nobody's turned them in yet. Oh, Sirheavens with the bee. Not gonna use it on the moth. Interesting choice. So once again, the runners converge somewhat, and we're waiting for that next big leap of progression.
Yeah, Sirheavens does have our first crystal, but Sab0tender and Scooby are both in the neighborhood to pick it up as well. So that race in particular is coming along very close.
Now here's an interesting thing. Skullwoods, they're all clearing it, but nobody has the big key, so that big chest could get routed into some glorious fetch quest.
It very well could. Skullwoods being one of two dungeons where the big key is not required to actually finish it, the other being Swamp.
Could have sworn there was a third.
No, I keep thinking that Desert doesn't require it, but it does.
Yeah, boss door is big key locked there. I've run into that trouble a few times. Tarahera, you need to access the top area. Eastern definitely needs it to go north from the big chest. Pod, yes, I've seen that get stuck before. Thieves Town needs to clear the first 4 rooms. Ice Palace doesn't if you bomb jump it.
Yeah, but in terms of vanilla logic, you do require that.
And
How
Fire
vanilla
does
are-
and T-Rock does.
How vanilla our runners feel like being is very much an open question.
Usually I find they don't like being vanilla at all.
And Sabo clearing out the landless fight, Scooby about to do the same, and Coughlin just dropping into desert now.
Those landmos, of course, having a small key to Turtle Rock. You need 3 to complete it, 4 to full clear, but nobody likes that big key chest in the middle of the lava field anyway.
Except when it has that thing you need.
Well, yeah, anything's like that has the thing you need.
Although arguably,
But
they hate
there's
it
a
even
lot more
more.
item density on the laser bridge, so most runners
naturally.
gamble that way. So there was one scene I saw where somebody went the opposite gamble, and because of version 28's awesome 1-to-1 key logic, it was the final key to T-Rock.
Yep, that is the sort of thing that can happen. And it's a little aggravating when it does. But at least he didn't lose a key. Looks like Sirheavens is going to head on up to Mothula. And Sabo is going to make the dip into Mire.
But by God, he can't clear Meyer. He hasn't found Kane. And with Bombos being the medallion to open it up, no bird toss today. Gloves, boots, Scooby's opening up King's Tomb. Arrow
Check.
upgrades, that's a bust.
Ooh, Heaven's getting knocked down by the moth. Again, our runners have a very
Bosses
nice sword.
tonight.
Runners have a very nice sword, but still green tunic and not many hearts. So, bosses
And-
are easy to kill, but easy to die from as well.
And 1 to 2 bottles, and Sirheavens not even having a single. Oh, this is just brutal tonight. The seed is like the Super Bowl. It's all offense and no defense. Zabo opens up the access to a chest, but can't get to it because he only has 1 heart and he's got to walk on his bikes. Oof, that's harsh.
Yep, hasn't found any invulnerability items yet. No cape, no blue cane.
Yep, we have not seen John Cena nor the Cane of Daniel Bryan, but he has a very important safety in that powder, which is a Fire Fairy free 7 heart. So he's instead going to go check the vanilla compass chest, which just is bombs. Are there 3 runners checking previous runners' steps? Not finding anything new from our perspective.
Heaven's getting knocked down again. Mothula's not a friend today.
Now here's something interesting. Fred is also going in a mire, but he has found a cane, so he'll be able to full clear, I believe.
It doesn't look like they have the big key though.
All but boss clear? But I have seen the mire big key in mire too many times.
Oh, absolutely possible. You can always find a key in its own dungeon. When you do, it won't even bring up the text saying where it's for, because you're there already.
Sirheavens turning in the mushroom. Did the witch say what she had? Oh, bottle for your thoughts, she just said. It wasn't hinting it was a bottle, it was just $5. One fetch quest down, one to go, one still outstanding.
And it does look like Sabo has the hook shot.
Boing.
Boing indeed. That will open up a good chunk of Death Mountain. And
That
a fair
is
amount
the
of...
bridge across Death Mountain to the east side. You've got a whole bunch of access there because you could also go Dark World side.
Yep, that's Turtle Rock, that's Super Bunny, that's Paradox, that's Hookshot Cave, naturally.
So what is that, like 15 to 20 chests? And Sabo's like, yep, that's where I'm going.
Not to mention Hera.
With the hammer that's Hera available, we got a basement key, so lots of possibilities.
Not to mention Turtle Rock. Although Sabo doesn't have Kane, so...
By God, he needs to go and find that cane. Can't remember, where was that cane? So much hype.
Skull Woods.
Woods, oh.
Which, if Sabo knows that that's a pendant, is not going to be inclined to go back to anytime soon, and that's
exactly
unfortunate.
what I think is happening. Fcoughlin also getting the hook shot from the... I guess that's crystal switch button locked chest is the best way to say it.
But the Paradox Cave is a predictable bust.
600 bucks. God, cash cave. Apparently the paradox of Paradox Cave is what do you spend all the money on? He's over $1,000 right now.
Yeah, not Zora, though.
Yeah, that's already been proven to be a bust. One single validation arrow. Yes, we have a seed. Now, that was an interesting decision by Sabo. I would probably check the ether tablet before doing the dungeon in case there's something there I could use to get through the dungeon. Like, I don't know, a big key.
Absolutely. It's only one location, but it's right there. Instead, Sabo's gonna go downstairs and have a little coffee break.
Coffee. Could go for some of myself.
Oh no, Sabo does have the cane. Where did Sabo get the cane?
Sabo's got cane?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he's using it, so he has to have cane. Okay, so... do that work in...
It'd be pretty easy to just miss that one pickup that happened and start to lose track. We got 4 runners all going at once.
And yes, if you are joining late, they are running the same seed. Has anybody checked the bat yet? I mean, we do have this powder. Does lead to something.
No, I don't believe we've seen Bat. I also don't believe we've seen inside of Pod yet. Our runners may be opting to avoid that for the time being.
6 keys to open those pod bay doors. And of course, B28's major Achilles heel, the soft lock. Have you seen it happen?
I have not yet, although I've seen seeds where if you're just a little careless with your key usage, you end up having to do some brutal stuff, like fight Aga.
Fighting Aga, yeah. We haven't found any castle tower keys, so it doesn't look like that's going to be happening anytime soon, as near sink on the left side.
For the blue mail. So, Coughlin and Sab0 updating their threads.
Coughlin taking my preferred combo with Hera, and Sab0 gonna go take the dash around the spiral. No long walk today. See, normally when this happens, they don't have the boots. I do a very long, dramatic walk of text through the spiral cave, but nope! He went around spiral cave, what does he get? Bombs.
Couple bombs.
Gotta figure out how to read that whole running through spiral cave thing fast like the micro machines man one day.
Well, maybe Coughlin can teach it because he's not doing anything else right now. Just waiting for those tiles to pass.
Yep, the old coffee break as Sab0 is checking Dark World East Death Mountain. That's Super Bunny Hookshot Cave. And at least a peek as to what T-Rock's going to require to open. Not that it matters because he has all 3 medallions.
Slipping on that hookshot grab just a little bit. It is a little trickier, much easier to do if you have the mirror, but
Hyrule
that's
Castle
not in our
key
runner's
is-
hands.
Coughlin takes the Death Warp, so maybe the basement of Hera actually paid off in the end. We don't know. We have not seen the Dark Sewers chest yet inside the castle.
Partly because we still haven't seen Lamp. We're at almost 53 minutes, still no Lamp. And still no Bow, but these days you kind of expect that. Another bottle
Oh,
for
the
Sab0.
old Hookshot Cave. Let's see what you got this time. As Sirheavens is going to take a lunch break, I'll be following soon with a dinner break because since the bacon sword has been found, everybody's got a mushroom. Time for my bacon and mushroom pizza.
Gotta keep on theme.
Of course.
Unfortunately, Hookshot Cave not very valuable this time. Sab0's gonna go turn in the mushroom,
Get some cheap drugs.
while Coughlin is going to make that T-Rock dip.
I like this play. Let's see if Sirheavens can get something from the lunchbox. Nope, 20 bucks.
So even with only one T-Rock key, Coughlin can get a fair amount of chests.
That first chest with Kane is an entire freebie. Could also take Fire Rod and Hookshot into the right side and get 2 chests there.
Yeah, looking to opt out though, at least for the time being. And Sirheavens might be making our first pod play, Sab0 definitely making our first ice play.
Complete dungeon divergence. I love it.
Sirheavens getting a little beat up by the pod guards. And hasn't gotten that blue mail just yet.
Compass for Misery Mire, at least compass for Ice Palace, where it normally be big chest for Skull Woods, so maybe we can see that last item revealed. Maybe it's something big, who knows? ScoobyD's monkeying around with a paradox as Sirheavens pays off the monkey to access pod.
And Coughlin gets the Eastern Big Key.
And that's a crystal dungeon, so that is gonna be essential.
Scooby out for there. Big money, big prizes. All that paradox money.
Big bucks and maybe a whammy?
Sabo opting out of the bomb jump.
It's got 2 small keys. I don't think it's necessary right now.
No, might as well play it a little safer. And the T-Rock Big Key is in T-Rock.
Boo!
I don't know, I think Coughlin's gonna be pretty pleased with that.
Yeah, Cochran's definitely happy with his T-Rock gamble today.
That said, still no ice.
Holding 2 keys right now. He can almost full clear this if there's another vanilla T-Rock key.
The shovel in pod. Might be a red herring or it might be an interesting divergence.
The all-important question, can you dig it?
Well, if you're Sirheavens, yes. Yes, you can. Coughlin likely to steal the key from this pokey.
Ooh, I don't like key theft. It can mess you up later.
Yep, they send you to key jail for that. And
That was
Coughlin is a
horrible.
fugitive of the
I love it.
law.
Sorry, say again. I cut you off. I apologize. And by God, it's the other cane!
Don't worry about cutting off my dumb jokes.
But yes, that was a cane of Brian in the big chest of Ice Palace.
And a pod small key over in the grotto.
A buried pod key. Ooh, I'm okay with that shovel hype.
I mean, it is basically a vanilla small key in pod. You just had to run around a little bit to find it.
Yeah, just a little bit of detour as the big chest of T-Rock. Big 50. Fred's next destination is gonna probably be the laser bridge. Now here is a trolley potentiality. Nobody has a mirror yet. Mimic Cave could be crucial.
That is very true, and something that I've seen in the past. I have not seen someone do what Coughlin is doing right now, taking this maze of pathways in the dark.
At least it's got some frame of reference from these fire bars. It's not a great one, but it's like you found the force switch. Oh, Sabo, nice job on Cold Stare. Small key to T-Rock. So there's the last one.
Yep. Half Magic was, I believe, in Swamp. If I'm remembering correctly.
Half Magic was found kind of early.
I might be mixing up seeds in my head.
That happens. Fred's on the laser bridge. We first find a big 20 as Sirheavens turns in the powder.
And there's a lamp!
I have seen the light! Huh, so the bat had the lamp. He can see in the dark.
And now Sirheavens can as well. It might be a little while before our other runners make that play. Coughlin finding the Tower of Hera big key, so that's a play that they can make.
And it is a red crystal, so we'll see a pyramid very soon. As that's all the progression he can make. But he's gone back to the mountain. Looks like we're going to see Hera first, though. Right, because he needs the crystal to access that. Wood's big key for that big chest, just a red herring of bombs.
Ooh,
Dead rock.
Coughlin, little stuck in the rocks. Just a little, gets free.
There's one way to take care of those dead rocks. Quake them, then they're potatoes and easily killable.
Yep, or magic powder if you want to get nice and close.
Yeah, I'd rather not.
All depends if you want to see the look in their eyes when you turn them into slime. It's a personal preference.
Thankfully, not as painful as hugging Ganon. Looks like Fred is gonna be facing Trolldorm. We'll see how he feels today. Generous or not.
Now, it is worth pointing out that with Sirheavens having the lamp, that is pretty nice and in the logic definitely required. But with how many dark rooms our runners have been doing, I don't know that it gives them a huge advantage.
Yeah, it does lower the relative value. A lot of people, of course, call Pod the Mullet Dungeon because it's biz in the front and party in the back.
And Tower of Hera must be party up top, because there's Mirror.
Ooh.
So, Coughlin's sequence break,
Was it in the big chest or the compass chest?
it was in the big chest.
Nice.
So that sequence break could be a huge deal for that race.
Because that also opens up the cave over the graveyard, cave 45, checkerboard, and swamp.
Yeah.
Oh, little mold worm had the baby's first shield.
So yes, half magic being in swamp is definitely a different seed that I'm thinking of. And
I mean,
Sirheavens
after you
finding
see enough
another-
of these races, you don't even see the seed. All you see is blonde, brunette, redhead.
Ah, the vintage Matrix references.
Mm-hmm.
Sirheavens decides to make a little bit of money on their route. And I do believe Sabo is about to find the lamp for themselves.
Yeah, the runners that don't turn in that powder might be driven a little batty by trying to clear dark rooms, especially in Mire. Gosh, I would wish that. So a little status update. Sabo going to be doing a little bit of overworlding. Fred and ScoobyD doing Ice Palace, Sirheavens, Eastern?
Looks like...
Speaking with questionable inflections in our voices?
Well, Sirheavens doesn't have the bow, so there's no way to clear it.
Nobody's got a bow. Once again, that item proving very elusive. Seed just seems to be taunting people. It's like, here, you can have silvers real early, but we're gonna hide that bow on you.
Looks like Sirheavens never actually made the dip into Eastern, so this is a sensible time to do it.
Yeah, he can do everything but big chest and the Armos.
Chad asking if Bo can be on Pedestal, and I don't see why not.
So let's calculate that possibility. Swamp does not require a bow, it has a pendant. The next pendant I see is over in Skullwoods. We've seen Moth fights, so we know that is definitely reasonable. And Blind's Fallen, so yeah, Master Bow could be a thing. And with this late mirror, nobody's checked the pedestal.
Yep, literacy rates are high, but investigation rates are low.
Personally, I'd put pedestal hype at about a 6.5 out of 10. We're still missing an ice rod.
That as well. We're also missing a cape, but it's a little less exciting.
But we don't know if the cape's required because nobody's actually checked the bumper ledge, to my knowledge.
That is another one. Our runners are making plenty of progress, but still plenty of locations locked off to them.
Seed has definitely hit that restrictive phase.
But Sabo with the Mire Big Key, looks like they'll be making that dip. Fight's a little tougher without the bow, but still pretty doable.
Well, there's two interesting things that could be on that pedestal. Well, I was thinking one item could be there, but no, Swamp is a pendant, so we cannot once again have that Swamp small key be on pedestal. So never mind, that train of thought was completely useless.
So again, bow and ice rod both required. Haven't seen either of them yet. And it could always be a vanilla pedestal. Not very necessary, but always a bit amusing.
In which case, I don't think we're gonna see gold swords this run.
We are going to see a Vitreous fight in just a moment.
Vidi without silvers. This is always interesting to see because there's a lot of options you could take. Also, I'll point out, now that we've found some blue canes, that the Spike Cave is now in logic.
Very much so, though it can be difficult to route in depending on
Yeah, because
how our runners
everybody
want to take it.
loves checking one item out of the way locations.
And Sab0 going to use that blue cane to speed along the victorious fight just a little bit, while Coughlin and Scooby both take on Cold Stare.
Yes, yes. Nice corner traps on both of our Cold Stare fighters. Sab0 chugging a blue goo for safety.
This is an awful lot of eyeball fighting all at the same time.
Vinny just has a big 20, but more importantly, a crystal.
Ooh, Sirheavens getting trolled around by that wall master. Those things are just obnoxious.
Yeah, doesn't matter what you call them. If you're a Zelda 1 fan, you'll call him a wall master. If Zelda 3 was your first growing up, as was for me, you'll call him clutch. Regardless, not a clutch play when he grabs you. To answer the chat question there about multiple bottles in Spike Cave, I believe the other combination is a bottle and a cape to let you in, because the cape does drain magic a bit faster. There's two things I believe in the logic to unlock that. We just found the blue cane first.
Yep. You are required to have some kind of invulnerability for that cave as a safety for one-hit KO logic. That might have been recently changed, but to the best of my knowledge, it's still set up that way.
So our two runners from Ice Palace are now in Mire, following similar routes. Sirheavens chugging a safety drink for the moth. And Sab0 going to T-Rock.
And chugging a second safety. Tricky sentence to say.
So two safeties, that I believe is 4 points. And the moth goes down. Interesting, the Fred has not checked Swamp. There are 10 items in there, I believe. Pretty item dense.
Yeah, but with Swamp being a pendant and not having the small key.
But Sab0's got 3 keys coming in at T-Rock. He could go up to Trinex and just say hi. Except for the fact he doesn't have the big key, but we know it is inside of T-Rock itself. Scooby is trying Mire in the dark. Oh gosh. Poor Scooby. You should have gone to the bat. Would have fixed your eyesight.
Well, Coughlin's doing the same. This is up there on the difficult dark room list, for sure.
I think it is at the top. If you're a fan of puns like me, you could say that Fred and Scooby are both going batty in those rooms. Yes, Cyclone, definitely class S dark room. Sirheavens forgot that hammer peg locked house in the village is just a shop. I mean, it makes sense to put those hammer pegs there. In the village of outcasts, you definitely have to well guard your shop. There's so many thieves out there. And Fred's putting his riches to use, getting rid of that bee and going for blue goo. Could have bought another one too.
I don't know, you don't want to overdose on that blue goo.
I think I
course, you
kept
also
track of one seed I personally did. I must have drank like 15 of those things. Really had to pee after the race.
Yeah, that could upset your stomach a little bit.
Sabo, also a dirty, rotten key thief. But we already know he is not going to find his ice rod, so this might be a required double, or potentially, if there's something huge in Mimic Cave, triple T-Rock dip.
Yeah, and for all we know, the ice rod is here in T-Rock. It's just in that cave that everyone's skipping. Or in that, not that cave, that chest.
Fred's putting his mirror to use. We're gonna see Swamp Palace. Got some new information coming in. First chest, heart, and he says, "No, what am I doing here? This suspended dungeon, let me out."
Also, doesn't look like he has a small key, so can't get much further out anyway.
Yeah, that's true. That was all he could do. But he's gonna go check a Bombos tablet. I wonder if it's gonna be here.
Of course, Swamp, small key in that first chest, one of the classic trolls of Keysanity.
The old V27 had a effect. There's a bomb from Fred. Had a thing in the logic where it would have roughly a 10% chance of being there, but not in the current V28. So out of the big three trolley items in Keysanity, which I would classify as the Ganon's Tower big key, the Swamp small key, and in this case the bow, we have one of the three.
Oh no, it looks like Sirheavens does have the Swamp small key, assuming the tracking is accurate. And I have no reason to assume otherwise.
Fred just spotted the second of the shields in Cave 45. Said, "No thanks, I'm good."
Yeah, runners in this tournament seem to prefer to skip shields. Guess they're just relying on their abilities with the game.
Looks like Fred's gonna go to the lunchbox. Oh, he's gonna pick up his lamp and probably give us a nice few rage slashes. A ScoobyD just gets it himself. 3 rage slashes for good measure. Moving on. Fred instead just choosing to leave the bat 2 bombs as a thank you present.
Alright, that's another way to light things up.
It's also one way to make sure your name stays on the wanted posters of Kakariko Village. I mean, how would you feel? You give the hero a nice lamp and he leaves you with exploding bombs. It's just not nice.
Well, for how often the bombs help the hero, maybe he thinks he's doing a good thing. Maybe he thinks he's contributing. Except not.
Totally warped sense logic.
Well, this is Keysanity.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? You are in the dark rooms of the castle escape for a small key to GT. Womp womp. As the hunt for the progression item continues.
Well, Sabo's about to find one progression item. Behind that small key to Mystery Mire.
And he'll be reflecting on where to take this one for a while. Once he faces down that nasty troll bomb.
Yep. We know that Agate doesn't unlock anything via the Lumberjack ledge, but I don't believe our runners have gone very far up the tower due to lack of keys.
Shoulder arm says, no, get back up there. No, I've never seen that. The instant shoulder arm bounce where you get sent back up the wall again. And sorry, Sabo, you're getting a shield. With the lamp in hand, Fred's like, okay, I can do Mire now.
Yep, so Coughlin heading on to take care of Vitrius.
Sirheavens will be on his way shortly, not getting too mired in the details.
And Sabo is going to hit up Spike Cave. Meanwhile, Scooby headed back toward... headed up to Catfish, I should say.
As Sabo with the Spike Cave hype, let's see if it pays. Half a heart left. It's a bomb upgrade. Womp womp.
A dramatic anticlimax.
So, we have seen all items currently except for the bow, ice rod, cape, a shield, even though we only see one on trackers. Sabo decided to bypass the shield upgrading K45, I believe. Or was that Fred? I can't remember.
I believe that was Fred.
And those who like the castle tower play, you're still 2 keys short.
Yep, and we still haven't seen the gold sword or the red mail. So items-wise, we've seen virtually everything.
We've seen a lot on items, but there's a few key things we're missing. Maybe we'll find one in the pyramids. Sabo will let us know shortly. Nice rod!
Nice!
And the map to Ice Palace! Pyramid Fairy keeping it cool today.
Yeah, just in case you need to know where there was more ice than the ice rod. Although the ice rod is really all the coal you need.
So, is that the Fairy of Stolen Baselines? Dun 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 dun.
No, because I don't believe those items are there, so it's not vanilla ice.
Well played. Well played. All right, Fred. I think he's gonna leave a bomb behind as a present here. Oh no! Don't let the bomb go there. There you go. Saved it.
Now, doing that, I believe you had to take that little bit of damage to make that work. So I think normally if you drop the bomb, you drop the bomb. Yes, Sabo can now go clear T-Rock. Looks like that's what is on their mind.
And Fred could go probably face down Trinex. Sabo's thinking that right now. And they both have mirrors. They'll check Mimic Cave on the way. Maybe the Mimics are hiding a bow. Who knows? Maybe they have a Castle Tower small key.
Yeah, I've seen Bow on Mimic Cave, and I've seen that frustrate runners.
Yeah, Cyclone, the pyramid was vanilla, so we had the ice inside the ice inside the pyramid and the vanilla on top. So, there, it was vanilla ice, just not necessarily together.
And chat asking, we have still not seen a ped check.
Pedestal hype, currently probably sitting at a 5 out of 10 in my book.
Yep, still a fair amount of pod to check, which Coughlin is tackling at the moment. But with that bow still locked somewhere, it's still open.
Just poked his nose in because he knows the logic requires all 6 keys before going in. But Fred coming into Eastern instead with the big key. We're going to see an Armos fight and the rest of this dungeon being cleared.
No bow, no Armo. But that big
Oh,
chest
we'll see.
will get
Okay, we'll see one more item. Vanilla bow hype?
Vanilla items are always the most frustrating and exciting.
Cyclone with the update. Apparently, that first chest and pod that I personally hate so much, it's the Swamp Palace key. Uh-oh.
So is Swamp Palace a red herring or the next important location? It's not important if you're looking for that gold sword, because that's in Eastern.
Fred has got the gold. You better believe it. But I still can't believe this. Where is this bow? Because the Mimics didn't even have it. Trinex, are you holding the bow?
Very well could be. Sirheavens looked a little stuck there, but got free.
Fred is not going to bomb jump, but he is going to go around the other side of the back. Here's the big bomb upgrade. Sirheavens just picked up the small key to Castle Tower. We know that's a red herring. It's going to be a big distraction if he goes for it.
But Trinex is not a big distraction, so Sabo's heading there.
Yep, that'll be the first one to finish Trinex. We'll see what he has as Fred lines up the infamous pod bomb jump. Without bow, you can clear pod on 5 keys instead of 6 with this minor glitch. And we now know where all 3 shields are. Nice little present for the chest. Of course, Fred's favorite, the bomb.
And another Ganon's Tower small key in the Dark Maze.
Sabo doing a nice job with Trinix onto the final phase and the other chest in that Dark Palace. Just $5 as Fred works out, saving it.
And
Fred's
what
gonna
does
go
Trinix
pick up a
have?
shovel and do the detour.
As Sabo gets the cape, so we might be visiting the bouncy castle.
Yay, we get to go to the bounce house! As Sabo is the first to get all 3 wrestling items, we have the cane. We have Daniel Bryan's cane. Yes, we do. And we can see John Cena. But he's still going to be haunted by that missing pod small key that is still buried in the haunted room.
Chat throwing down some more wrestling item names. I'm sure we can get a full collection at some point.
Bray Wyatt's lamp, I like that one.
There's the bow.
The bow! Oh my god!
So Trinex did have the bow lock.
Edna Mode is not happy with this seed because... Nope, there are capes. So we... Oh!
Sabo.
Sabo not happy with that, but he's got the bow. So Armos with silver arrows. Oh, that's gonna be fun. So, Math Girl, what we had was a Trinex cape after an ice pallet, or after the ice rod was locked behind the Pyramid Fairy, all to go to Bumper Cave for bow mode. So, I believe logically... Oh, this is going to be interesting. I think this is the first time this may have ever occurred, but Sab0tender has a very unique item to be away from item go mode because it forces key go mode as a prerequisite. The shovel is the item go mode requirement. Because the dig spot has a pod small key.
And it looks like Sabo still doesn't have the GT big key. If tracking is looking correct, and I believe it is. That was one that the other runners found fairly early.
GT big key was definitely an early find this time, so that bow again being the trolley item of the bunch. I mean, what was that, like a 3-item long fetch quest to get it?
It was a 3 dungeon long fetch quest because they had to hit Pyramid Fairy to get the ice rod.
And then Trinex, another boss to... Oh, it's evil. I love it.
Oh no, Sabo does have GT big key. So Sabo, I think, is actually in go. Just gonna skip the bulk of pod and just move along.
Yeah, he doesn't even need that shovel. He doesn't have to dig it. Because, yeah, this is his last crystal outside of Eastern, which is clearable. And Sabo is go.
So, Coughlin taking a huge detour with Swamp. No need to dive in whatsoever. That is going to give Heavens plenty of time. Assuming they don't fall for the troll as well.
I'm sorry, chat, you're not getting the big soccer commentator style go mode call tonight because it is getting excessively late and we don't need that level of noise at this hour to keep things nice and middle for you. Now, a fun thing about Helmasaur here, usually you will see runners using the hammer to break that mask. There is, however, another item that will do the job. Do you know about it, Ev?
No, I do not. What is this other item?
It is the Bomb Diggity of all items. Yes, bombs will do it. I believe 3 well-placed blasts, and that mask is gone.
Now, of course, you do need the hammer to get to the fight in the first place, but if that wasn't the case, then that would be one more way to sequence break the game. And yes, Coughlin getting the red mail, so that's a full cozy protection. So Swamp not entirely useless, but still not where they need to go.
The swamp is safety. But it's also got a green pendant. We'll see what Salad Shooter will give you in return for the old family heirloom.
Salad Shooter, Sand Slash, Sassafras. He goes by many names.
Yeah, this was definitely a quick seat. I mean, boots in 15 seconds. You can't get faster than that. And what was it? Flute in like less than 5 minutes?
Yeah, Flute was in the coop. So, Sanctuary to Kakariko, and you're flying.
Tempered Sword in 12 minutes. This seed was offensively loaded. As Fred is making short work of the Pirates' favorite boss, Argus.
Though Sabo in such go mode that he doesn't get the gold sword.
Looks like he's gonna finish silver to that, which is more bronzy. Oh, Fred, nice with the multiple hits on Argus to shorten the cycles. Bomb upgrade for his reward. Sweet heirloom gets us in a moment.
As Sirheavens gets the blue cane.
Oh no, Scooby falls to the troll dorm.
Had to be mean to somebody over this run. Shame it was Scooby.
Well, still we got a second fight against him coming. He can be mean there too. Even though he got a little bit more fight room. Armos having the Thieves Town burrito. Uh-oh. Fred, where are you going?
Oh,
Fred, where are you going? Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, we're getting a pedestal check at 100 minutes. The bomb is ready. He's gonna bullet blind! Get the hype ready! What is on the pedestal today?
Disappointment.
Congratulations, you get disappointment with a big disappointment of 20 rupees. Womp womp womp. Sorry about the noise. It's a blind pedestal pull. You can't ask for that in a normal scene. But that just shows you right now, Fred is desperate trying to find that bow. And I think he's gonna go check the bumper ledge. And we're gonna see a lot of rage. Sabo, where are you going? Oh, he's just going to the Dark World because he's going to Ganon's Tower.
Yeah, Sabo is flying. And Coughlin is crying.
So, as Sabo heads to Ganon's Tower, I get to do something sort of here. Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, there are 22 chests in the basement of Ganon's Tower. We are going to see absolutely none of them because the big key has already been found. Do not put your number guesses in chat.
Unless your number guess is 0. I would say 0 is a solid guess.
Now, if you actually do end up playing along with the Ganon's Tower chest game, it actually does come into play. Finn, what is your usual guess? I'm usually a 13 person.
I tend to expect about 8, honestly.
Optimist, okay.
Oh, certainly.
So if you're wondering...
Either 8 or 18.
Okay. 18 is pretty harsh. I think that almost sends you to the Armos by necessity. But of all the items available, we have at least known where everything is except for that 4th bottle. And of keynote, the castle tower keys. We haven't seen any of them. That's unusual. DJ Tifo, Heart, that cape is on Trinex. So Fred, oh, Fred, I feel for you. Sirheavens, I feel for you. Everybody, this is just, oh. These 3 runners, you're gonna probably see Sabo's not done and be wondering, what did I miss? As pretty much everybody else has gone into overworld mode, nobody is feeling the need to dive T-Rock because they don't have that big key because it's inside T-Rock. Actually, who does have it? I can't see, the tracker's too small. I need to clean up.
Coughlin does have it. So remember, Fred dipped in earlier, didn't have enough small keys.
I believe Sabo is not even bothering to check the chests on the way up, though. Actually, I think the first chests are after Landlords, so maybe he'll see if he can pull a gold sword or something on the way up. It's worth a shot. Ah, Sirheavens is the only one without that T-Rock key. ScoobyD gets his 20 bucks of lunch money from the lunchbox. Fred's doing a little pod hunting. Actually gonna see what the big chest has in it. Small key to Thieves Town. That opens up the Thieves Town big chest. Another red herring.
Yeah, a lot of little deceptions. It's just,
And people wonder why I say don't trust the breadcrumbs. They are stale croutons that will lead you wrong. And we'll see if Sabo decides to open the chest that I like to call, personally, the inevitable conclusion, because it is the last item if you normally progress through the game. So it should just be a foregone conclusion what's here if you've opened everything else. But of course, in Rando, that is never the case.
Good bit of money. That we'll never
$300
spend.
payday.
So apparently Link is a bounty hunter and will collect their payday even before killing Ganon. I think it usually works the other way
Mini
around.
Moldworm was worth $600 itself, so I could agree with that conclusion.
Well, Mini Moldorm know what they did.
Sabo with a 0 on Agatu's round 1. Oh, this is a nice setup here. 1, 2, and a blue ball denies the triple. Double there, so we got a 0, a triple, a double.
And another triple. And it's time for the plot flute to take Sabo to the final fight.
And we'll see what Pearl of Wisdom the Big Pig has for us today.
If we're not meant to have midnight snacks, why is there a light in the fridge? We'll never know.
I don't need a midnight snack. I got my bacon mushroom pizza.
And you can have that any time of day.
Well, as long as the place I order it from is open. You could say that would be key to getting my dinner.
Waka waka. Meanwhile, Sirheavens make their way through T-Rock.
Yep. He will be able, I believe, to full clear this thing. Get to Trinex, get the cape, go to the bumper ledge, get the bow, and start progressing onward and upward towards Sirheavens.
Not quite yet, though. I don't see an ice rod.
That is locked behind Trinex, or Moldworm up in Tower of Hera because of the whole big bomb thing.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Sabo, phase 3 of Ganon, and the floor is all falling. As we did find those silver hours pretty early in the light world. No torch glitch today. And there's our first castle tower key. It is in Thieves Town's big chest.
Coughlin might be thinking that's where the cape is. That second agate chest that nobody has checked.
Yep, he knows it's all about that as Sabo takes down the pig. And we will soon have an SRL official time for Sabo.
Yep, Sabo finishes first with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 49 minutes, and 11 seconds.
Yeah, you better be sorry, Triforce. You buried that bow pretty well this time.
And the first thing said in chat after that, Sabo just going, wow. Can't disagree.
Yeah. So, while we see if Sab0tender wants to join us for the interview, I will thank the rest of the team since I got an opportunity. Approaching slowly the 2-hour mark for our other 3 runners. Of course, with me on the commentary is Hupfen. Our 2 trackers are Cyclone and Timalobo. Give them a shout out here. Skipsy is over on the restream, keeping the video footage coming your way. Castle Tower does require 2 keys to clear, so Fred is hoping for the next one to be where it is not. Leaving a bomb in its place and getting the heck out of there. Sirheavens progressing downward into the depths of T-Rock. And Scooby?
Scooby might be making a ped check. Might be thinking that's where the bow is and wants to confirm before going too much further.
We know it is just, however, the dreaded couch cache. Huffin, do we have confirmation Sab0tender is going to be joining us in the booth?
Not quite yet. Give him time to calm down after that rather exciting finish.
Exciting is one way to put it.
Coughlin dipping back into swamp. Going for that big chest.
More red herrings.
See Scooby on the north side of the Dark World. Didn't see if they checked the bumper ledge, so don't know if they know.
Fred showing frustration with that big chest having only a big 50. Of course, even though we see 4 runners on our screen, I remind you this is 2 1v1 races, so the top duo are still fighting for that precious 500 record here in the Swiss rounds.
But in the meantime, we do have the winner of the bottom race. Sab0tender is in chat.
Hey everybody, how's it going?
So, did the lamp location drive you a little batty?
Yeah, it kind of did.
And
It was one of those
the
items.
The bow,
the bow
being the troll again.
Yeah, I don't know how it all worked out that way. I mean, this seed, as we can see with the other runners right now, like it could have taken you so many different directions. But I as soon as I got everything I needed to go to Turtle Rock, I thought, okay, let's go for it, get that cape. And then I was like, okay, I haven't checked Bumper Cave yet. Let's see what that was. And like, unreal that it was the bow.
So Fred did a blind ped check and is pretty much checking every single red herring that this seed could have thrown. Because if you don't just go take that T-Rock gamble, this seed will just murder your time.
Absolutely. Fully agree. 100%.
But notice you did not finish with a gold sword. Are you curious where it was?
Sure, yeah. Where was it?
Eastern Big Chest. You skipped right by it.
I thought about taking a look and seeing what was in there, but I was just too focused. I was in go mode, so yeah, I missed it.
Yep, it was right there. Like you've seen the commercials with the fishing guy holding the money above the person said, "Oh, you almost had it."
Yeah, it totally was that situation. Yeah.
Of course,
So
you didn't
we
need
see
it to
Fred going
take
into
out
T-Rock.
Ganon.
Yeah. I know. I mean, I had enough. I had what I needed to get through. So, you know, with tempered, if it was Master Sword, I might have thought about picking up a couple of chests, looking for, you know, a sword upgrade. But with tempered, I felt pretty comfortable.
And I believe that was also the least hype cave possible.
Yeah, like the early part of the game, I was struggling a little bit, and yeah, the hype cave. I thought, okay, the hype cave's gonna have something, and it had absolutely nothing. And I thought, oh no, I'm falling behind. Because actually, I ran a race with Scooby just yesterday, and he's pretty good. So I was coming into this one, I was kind of nervous where if I started to fall behind, I was really gonna be in a lot of trouble. So. Seeing things like the unhype hype cave really kind of made me think I was going to be pretty far behind.
Yeah, I mean, boots in 15 seconds if you started in the sanctuary. That was just out of nowhere. Bacon sword in 12 minutes. I've only seen one sword progression faster, and that was a gold in 10 in an open. And once that happened, you just knew with that much ammo early on, it was just going to be crawling the rest of the way. And there's always just seems to be that one key item that holds everything up. But 140 items, pretty low collection rate for a Keysanity seed.
Very low. I think that might be my lowest. So that, and this is also the best time I've ever had on a Keysanity. Yesterday's race was also pretty good. It was about a 150 something, but like
Nice.
149, like holy crap.
GG on the PB.
Thanks.
Just for comparison, for this filthy casual, open, add about another hour to that, and you're approaching my PB.
Hey, everyone's got to start somewhere, I guess, or...
Yeah. So, for those starting out who might be seeing this for the first time, any advice you would give to somebody running any of the randos for the first time? Especially in this case because of the tournament going on Keysanity.
Okay, if you're just starting out with Rando, then I highly recommend using a tracker. Even if you think you know, like, most of the game, like, a lot of people benefit from using, like, either cross products or Emosari's trackers. Like, they really help you see how things open up. You get the gold, the Titan's Mitts, what opens up from that. So, yeah, tracker is definitely the best way to get in and get through runs a little easier.
Definitely some good advice. And I would add a little bit to that. Make sure your tracker has a map with it too. I have one that's just items, and my brain gets racked by every seed because it seems like I just keep drawing the trolley ones for some reason. Nothing is ever straightforward in this game.
No, that's super true. Yeah, I mean, there was a run a couple of weeks ago that I did that it was like a 3-hour Keysanity run, and I just location after location, I couldn't figure out what I was missing. So it happens to everybody. So yeah, if you're just starting out, a map is key.
Yeah, and knowing that this game can be so trolly and, you know, not giving up so easy. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, when we saw the first T-Rock dive, I forget who it was that made the first poke in a T-Rock. There was a potential for a triple dip. We're thinking there was no mirror at that point, so it was okay. So they come in, they get Ice Rod, they're gonna go beat Trinex, then they're gonna go get Mirror, then they're gonna come back for something and Mimic. It's just gonna be horrible. But thankfully, the worst possibility did not come to fruition here. I mean, we came close, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, it seemed like it was double dip required because we got was it? I think so, right?
It was.
Okay, yeah, so that's not too bad. I mean, Turtle Rock can be just brutal sometimes. So if it's a double, I'll take that.
Fred, once again, the Unabomber of Hyrule leaves a pair of bombs behind in T-Rock. Also, I believe trackers, you can probably also mark off a cape, because apparently he's got a bow, but no cape, so that's an impossible situation. Nope, never mind, he doesn't have a bow. He's got a cape. He's gonna get his bow, so it's all good. Thus, of course, the 2 bombs, because Trinex holding out.
So,
Also, there's another item that you don't have that you might be curious about. Shovel.
okay, yeah, let's talk about the shovel. So what's up with the shovel? Where was it?
So, you know that chest normally where the big key is inside of Pod?
Oh, I hate that one. Yeah,
It's
okay.
not that one, though. It's the one under it. And what was in the
okay.
dig spot? A Pod small key, so it was just a detour.
You know, Pod, I stayed away from Pod the entire run only because I only had 2 keys, that I picked up out in the overworld. And I thought it's just not going to be the dungeon that pays out. So I'm really glad that I held off and didn't go in it, except when I was already in go mode, which like never happens in Keysanity.
Scooby is right on Fred's heels, also picking up that bow right at the same time. And looks like they're realizing they're in go mode, so Sirheavens heading up to T-Rock, but he doesn't have the ice rod.
Could be making his way up to Hera, though, which is a step on the route.
Yep, he is on the. It is the same route, so hopefully he makes the right decision here.
And this
Scooby digging up that small key, so there you go, Sabo. You saw it right there on Scooby's side if you're following along with the stream.
Yes, I am. Yeah, very cool. I think what I'll do is I'll probably just step out here and let you guys get back to commentating. I mean, because with Coughlin here and Scooby like neck and neck, it's kind of an exciting little race going on. So I'll just hang out in the Twitch chat here. Thank you guys so much for doing commentary on this race. Restreamer Skipsy as well, and our trackers, of course. Thank you so much for all the work you guys are doing.
Thank you, and I'll leave you with also the only item that we do not know where it is actually the 4th bottle now. So if you find that, you'll be learning along with us.
Excellent. Sounds good, guys. Okay, thanks so much.
Thank you.
And we do have Sirheavens heading up to the Tower of Hera, about to find the mirror and open up the pyramid.
Sirheavens getting the mirror finally from Tower of Hera. He's going to pick up the crystal, hopefully realizes, wait a minute, that's a 5 and 6 crystal. I can go open the Pyramid Fairy, and that will start the chain towards go.
And Coughlin having a little bit of a lead on the go mode race with Scooby.
Yeah, but it's almost an inevitable conclusion that the 2 runners advancing to 500 today from this screen are going to be our left side duo. And I believe the way the structure of the Swiss rounds goes, correct me if I'm wrong, is we have 7 racers that are going to finish a perfect 5-0 from the 5 Swiss rounds. them plus one of the 4 and 1s, there's going to be a crazy tiebreaker to figure that one out, I'm sure, are going to be the final 8 going into the brackets for the tournament win.
Yep, it is going to be a little complicated, but winning here is a strong way to keep yourself in the running. And Scooby taking care of Helmasaur.
Interesting info from Cyclone. He checked, and neither top runner has an item tracker on screen. So Sirheavens and Fred are going trackerless screens.
Now that doesn't mean they don't have one, just that they're not.
They're not
displaying
broadcasting
screen.
the fact that they have one. Yeah. I mean, mind you, if somebody could actually do this without a tracker of any kind, how does your brain not explode trying to keep track of everything? Oh, another item we actually don't know. We don't know the swag net. Of course, not on our trackers, but no swag in them today. Probably Ganon's Tower basement's my guess for that one. Everything's usually down there. We never find.
Very likely.
Hi, Sab0tender, Cursor. How are you doing? Ish is dancing around there, being all happy. Sirheavens going to the checkerboard, falling for all the red herrings.
And we got Scooby heading off to take care of the Armos Knights.
Whoa. Some few problems in the booth. Hang on tight. We'll get the displays right back.
A lot of stuff for our restreamer to juggle. A lot of stuff for our trackers to juggle.
Yep, trying to probably freeze off Sab0tender's screen so he can go off, do some other things, and we can keep his stats on the stream. Scooby also taking down Armos. I believe Fred did it a little bit earlier. Sirheavens starting the progression towards go mode, gonna get that ice rod, realize, looks like I'm off to Trinex. Gonna beat Trinex, get the cave, be like, that means I can go to Bumper Cave, get Bumper Cave, get the bow, and realize, finally go mode.
Okay, it sounds like we are having some issues with Coughlin's stream at the moment. We'll see if we can get that patched up.
We do know Fred is in go mode, so once we get him back on screen, we'll know exactly what his situation is. Probably not going to be fighting any more keys or anything, so our tracker's job is slowly starting to wind down. That's one way for Sirheavens showing us how to get rid of a dead rock. Just dump him in a cave somewhere.
It sounds like Coughlin might be having some net connection issues. Stream might have dropped off. We're gonna keep an eye on getting that brought back up as quickly as we can.
Yeah, it is sometimes a bit unfortunate when that occurs. Just gotta keep clicking next frame on the PowerPoint slide sometimes. Oh, hey, cursor friend. Hi there. Yeah, the only time I was ever restreamed, I accidentally left my cursor on the screen. So the entire restream for like 30 minutes straight, they just saw a cursor blocking part of my screen, and chat just loved it. So whenever I see a cursor on there, I just always like to say hi because it's fun.
Yep. Not quite as fun as Sirheavens having to make that dip into T-Rock, but not going to be able to get all the way to Trinex. Still no Ice Rod.
No, he got the ice rod. He was just in the pyramid.
Oh, I must have missed it.
Gotta cut the trackers a little bit of slack. Those tracker buttons are very tiny. I've done tracking before, and it's more trying for me on the eyes than doing commentary. They are definitely the unsung heroes of any stream you're seeing over here on the Randomizer channels or on Speed Gaming. So Fred is trying to jerry-rig things, logging in from his phone to get us some kind of stream back. Not nice when you have to try to route your internet connection as well as route your way through a rando scene. At times you wonder which is more complicated.
I don't know, fiber internet on Pedestal?
Yeah, that's definitely a pedestal seed right there.
Yeah, it sounds like Fred might be coming back online.
Scooby taking out 2 of the landmarks almost instantaneously, getting a 3rd on the 2nd cycle. And it appears from the perception of the chat, Fred is back, so we'll bring him on screen once we can grab him.
Ooh, Scooby getting a bit knocked about with those Wizrobes.
Yeah, everybody likes the Kana Samaria strats. They're a little risky if you can't get the block in the right place. I prefer one very well timed ether. Sure, you gotta go through the animation, however, it is a bit safer. Cyclone giving us the update in chat on Coughlin's gauntlet. Pretty nice, not any major mistakes or anything like that. Sirheavens checking the middle chest of the blah. Tree rock, nothing of note there. And we're back with Fred. I saw his face for a moment there.
Yep. Hi, Fred. And soon by Ganon.
Oh, Cyclone was joking. Yeah, it was a perfectly fine gauntlet. Nothing to see there. Literally, there was nothing to see because the stream was down. Ah!
Sirheavens hit that final locked door in T-Rock. Looking a little
Meanwhile,
confused
Fred
now.
is about to advance to the final phase of the Big Pig. Gets the torch glitch. 2 single arrow shots, a third, and this will soon be the end of the Big Pig.
Ooh, almost slipped.
But he caught himself, it's okay.
And that will do it for Coughlin. Finishing with an official SRL time of 2 hours, 16 minutes, and 15 seconds.
GG, and we have our 2 winners of the stream, I should say. I shouldn't say of the day, but there are, of course, 2 other races going on that start at the same time as ours. Well, actually, if you count this as 2 races, there are 3 others. Another 4 stream, and as well as a head-to-head matchup. So, a lot of games going on each week as we proceed through the rounds of the tournament. We'll see if Fred wants to join us for the interview. ScoobyD taking on Agatu. Hi, Sabo Cursor.
And Sirheavens is going to take a peek at the graveyard ledge. Very much looking for that T-Rock small key, but not going to find it there.
Sirheavens not feeling the need to go straight up to take on Trinex just yet, even though that ice rod should have prodded him in the right direction. As Scooby begins the Big Pig, who is still wondering about the fridge and those midnight snacks.
Yep. And for those wondering just what exactly happened to Coughlin, apparently he had an unexpected full computer reboot. Just fire off all of a sudden. And so he will be declining the interview, says not fully trusting his computer. Can't blame him.
Yup, that was shaky. But if he had a computer restart and such, I take it then Fred is running on console with one of those SD'd SNES things?
He might be. I haven't inquired as to everyone's setup.
Ah, there we go. So Crimson over in chat confirming. Yeah, he plays console, so. Whew. Now imagine if you were on a computer running emulator and that happened to you. That's just a disaster waiting to happen.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to talk about rando trolls, that's a beyond a Keysanity troll.
Nice double for Scooby taking down the Big Pig. GG will have a time for him shortly. Saving state just in case is a safety, I guess. Oh, and apparently you could also play on the Wii. Good to know.
Yeah. So yes, Scooby finishes third in this set of 4 with an official SRL time of 2 hours, 19 minutes, and 54 seconds.
Yeah, Triforce, you better be sorry burying that bull like that. So see if ScoobyD wants to join us in the interview booth as we throw all of our hopes and dreams to Sirheavens in hopes that he's gonna go to T-Rock and get that cape. But first he's gonna get Ice Palace out. Don't blame me. Second, I think that was a vanilla key. Or you only need 3 to move on. Did he? Oh, he opened the center chest. Oh.
Yeah, so we are hunting for that key.
And when you take the risk on that center chest, this is what happens when it does not pay off.
Yeah, it turns out this time crime did pay. All our runners stealing that key got through smoothly. Of course, this is a path that Sirheavens does have to take sooner or later, so at least we are going to see a little bit of progression on the seed with this.
Yep, he'll open that big chest to get his blue cane here from an item perspective. And we're going to see an Ice Palace bomb jump.
Ooh, little tricky. Little tricky to get the positioning just right. It's one that honestly I struggle with from time to time, getting it just lined up right. Gonna have to do it again.
Yeah, it's all about lining up, because if you were here a couple weeks ago, Willard J. Bradley was over in the chat, and he told us how to do it. And I quote, Ice Palace bomb jump is easy, you just have to know the setup. Move all the way to the top, move all the way to the left so you're steadying the pixel before you fall off. Pull out your sword, move down so your sword is 1 pixel lower than the bomb shadow. Bomb jump achieved. Unfortunately, Sirheavens taking the rip instead. Definitely comes more into play on the Keysanity side of things than open moves.
Oh, and no, Pegasus boots, they were not 15 seconds in. They were 4.
4 seconds. I sit corrected. Well, they might have been a bit longer if you went to Link's house first. I see Scooby is ready for interview, so we'll bring him in. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? GG.
GG, thank you.
So, how about that seed?
Yeah, it was pretty much everywhere I didn't want it to be.
Well, it was pretty much locked by every place you didn't want to go, because it was on Bumper Cave, which means, of course, you need the cape. But Trinex holds the cape. But to beat Trinex, you need an Ice Rod. The Ice Rod is buried, of course, in the pyramid, which requires, of course, the 2, 5, and 6 crystals. Such a fetch quest of the atypical variety.
Yeah, not to mention that I think the big key to the 5 or 6 crystal was on Laser Bridge.
So of course it's a double dip of T-Rock. Just imagine if there was something important in Mimic Cave after getting the mirror so late. Could have been a triple, but it wasn't, thank goodness.
Well, I think the mirror was also in Hera, so I almost went right back to T-Rock, but it's like, no, it can't be right there.
Nah, yeah, but it was in the big chest as Sirheavens trying once again to pull off his bomb jump. But with one heart, that's not gonna work.
I say I'm a little surprised that my deaths to Mothugilla and Blind really didn't matter in the end and just cost me a little more time.
Well, the bosses just hated on everybody today. Moth was out for blood, and Blind, it was like Blind could see what you were doing, almost.
Yeah, I have a tendency to find myself in the dark world with 5 hearts and green mail, and it's like, oh, hey, look, go to Mothula, go to Blind. Yeah.
Yeah, you weren't the only
been
one
in
taking
that
a few
position
deaths.
with Cold Stare. Yeah, no.
Yeah, I believe everyone was taking a few more deaths than they planned to over the course of this run.
And the safeties were so late. I mean, how long did it take to find a decent amount of bottles?
Yeah, I didn't pay attention to the bottles, but I did realize I was still at, I think, 6 or 7 hearts 50 minutes into the seed.
But you had Bacon Sword after... somebody had it at 12 minutes.
I had it pretty early. I don't know if it was 12 minutes. But, yeah, there was nothing I could do in that seed to beat Sab0tender's time on that run.
It's all a matter of going for 5-6 crystals. That was really the key. And everybody kept putting off T-Rock, but oh wait, the big key for T-Rock is in T-Rock.
Yeah, I always figure that if you get all 4 T-Rock keys, or even like 1 or 2 pod keys, there's always going to be something vanilla in one of those 2.
Fred, look at the game back. What's he doing?
Well, I mean, we did have a very near vanilla pod key in terms of having that shovel.
Yeah,
shovel is just a detour, though.
For me, it was a detour I needed to make. Otherwise, I did not have enough keys to get to Helmasaur, unless there was a vanilla key on that right side of pod.
Nope. I do not believe that was the case. I think Fred's gonna try to possibly hundo this for us while we're hoping Sirheavens can progress through Ice Palace.
Yeah, I'm just looking at my collection right now.
I was gonna find out what that key was on Zora Ledge. I don't know if we saw that.
I think I got it. I think it was Ganon's Tower.
Oh, we'll see soon. So here's my question. How can you guys remember all these things as you're playing through this? Because I play open only and just... my brain melts. Oh, it's the T-Rock.
Oh, it's the T-Rock key. I don't think Sirheavens found that.
Oh, yeah, that might have been it.
There's a bomb. There's Bombos. Fred's still proving to be the terrorist of Hyrule, even though he has finished.
Yeah, but there's the evidence that I don't really pay attention.
It's just you know what you need, and everything else just gets tuned out.
Pretty much. I find sometimes a short memory in these things is good, so you don't start confusing seeds.
But even though time might not have been on your side here, item collection was. I believe you're our second lowest. Sabo is at 140. And you're at 156. I believe Fred was somewhere in the low 160s.
Did anybody go in Swamp?
Swamp, I believe, was a bust, except there was something.
There was the red tunic, which we know because Coughlin went all the way through.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I do mean all the way. He came back with the big key.
And the big chest was a big disappointment.
Yeah, at some point I was going to check every location except for swamp, and then do it if it was the only last place on the face of the earth.
Which, the way some of you were getting that overworld cleared, might have ended up that way.
Yeah, that hope for a pedestal seed lasted a lot longer than honestly I expected it to.
It's that late mirror. I get, and confirm it with me, Scooby, if I'm thinking right here. But if you're in Skull Woods, you don't have that mirror. Ped check's just out the door.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I only checked it because at some point, I was like, it's got to be somewhere.
Yep. But nope, it wasn't Ped. Just a big 20 that Fred pulled blind. Dropped 2 bobs and said, to heck with this, I'm just gonna pull.
Yeah, that was the only way I was jumping into swamp, as if it said, like, cape.
I think tomorrow I'm gonna watch this VOD back, find that moment, clip it myself, unless somebody already has. We were so hyped for it. It was like, it could be Pedestal because we were hoping the bow was there. Nobody checked the bumper ledge at all. So we even had no idea of where that bow was hiding. So we were hoping a blind Pedestal bow would have been amazing. So I was hyping it up, getting ready, and then congratulations, it's a big 20. It's absolutely useless.
Oh, I knew the bow was there for quite a while. I was just looking for that cape, and it just wasn't anywhere.
It's almost like you couldn't see it because it was invisible.
Yeah.
If it makes you feel any better, I once saw this horrible seed that the first glove was in the first chest of mod. And it was an Aga seed, because that was your only way to get to Darkwood. And it was my last resort. I was thinking, God, there's nothing I could do there. I have no bow, I have no hammer. But sometimes that one-off location can pay, and other times, as unfortunately Sirheavens is discovering, not every time. So yes, I usually like to ask everybody in interview is, oh no, Sirheavens couldn't get the blue goo off in time. What advice would you give to somebody trying out either just rando in general or Keysanity for one of their first times?
I would recommend using a tracker, at least for items, probably with a map also, so you can keep note of what you have checked and what you haven't.
Yeah, that was Sabo's big thing for the tracker, because just prove it. You can't keep your head is not big enough because there's just too much.
So yeah, and if I can look at it now, I think the only places I had left to check before swamp were blind and Aga Tower, but I never found that first castle tower key.
Only one was discovered. Fred pulled it off, and it was a complete bust. So don't feel bad. It was nice, though, that the Aga Tower potential of troll just wasn't even on the table, so at least one red herring got avoided this run.
Yeah, those keys staying hidden are always a nice thing.
What's also nice, though, the version 28 1-to-1 logic. That last Castle Tower key could actually be buried up Castle Tower.
I would be okay with that.
I wouldn't mind if both of them were buried there. Just keep them vanilla. Get them out of here.
JTN, I am sorry that you did not get your master shovel, as always.
Oh, you don't know about the Master Shovel. I was on commentary for an 11 p.m. race. I think it was the round 1 with Who42 Baker. He found it while I was on commentary with Math Girl. The two of us that were hoping for it, we caught it live. Oh, the hype was amazing. So, it's not Master Shovel anymore, it's a $500 shovel. It's done, I have to move on to some new hope.
I don't know. I think the $500 single arrow is pretty close.
Yeah, that was up there. We validated the run. It cost a lot, but yes, it is a seed because there's only one of those the entire game, and it was found. Normally, it's in the last chest of the game. Cyclone over in chat. $500 shovel for the single arrow at dig spot. Oh, that would be harsh. Yeah, it's those fetch quest items that can just really rack your brain. So it's, okay, you know the bow is locked behind a certain item, in this case the cape, but it's, okay, instead of just asking where the bow is, you're asking where the cape is. That knowledge doesn't really help you so much. I mean, the dreaded Master Shovel is very similar because it's like, okay, I know it's on the pedestal. It still doesn't help me with my routing and what I actually have to do to beat the game.
Yeah, I left that purple chest there for a really long time because without mirror, there's just not a great way to route it in with anything else. And the entire time I was thinking, I'm like, Gary's got a cape. Gary's got a cape.
No, Gary on the mountain had $5.
Yeah, but yeah, it didn't pan out.
My whole shovel thing, Math Girl's asking chat, it's because it is, I believe, along with the mushroom, tied for the least useful item in the entire game. So I like the shovel being key just because it's the one thing that normally doesn't matter, and it is just the linchpin to everything. Because all it does is says one purpose, and that's to find one item. But there's 216 locations, well 215 once you find the shovel, that it could lead to. Yeah, the mushroom has some use because you can fake it out. That's about the only benefit. So Sirheavens clearing Ice Palace, yay! He's fluting. He's going to the mountain. Looks like it's going to be T-Rock.
Yeah, I think Cyclone's right. Doesn't have that fourth key that he needs to finish it.
Just gonna try to do
Oh
a
wait,
bit.
no, I see one extra in the inventory, so no. Sirheavens does have enough.
Okay. That's relief. So he is on the road to go mode. We'll see also when he opens up his menu. Did he open the Ice Palace Big Chest? Yes, he did. We can add the Cane of Brian to his item collection. Good point. Math Girl also pointing out the shovel when you dig has a good likelihood of also just when you dig up random items on the map, it can be one of the easiest ways to actually farm bombs early game. Also, how often do you find the shovel that early? Though we did find the boots this early, so who knows? And yeah, can see it right on Sirheavens' screen. He's got one location to check, one key to end his inventory. He's going to Trinex. Got both rods. Trinex is going to go down. We're going to get a cape. He's going to use that cape. Go to the bumper cave. I think he saw that the bow is there. Go get the bow. Go to Eastern Palace. Beat those Armos. Maybe he'll pick up Gold Sword on the way from Big Chest. And he'll be off to Ganon's Tower. Oh, so apparently Brody. Ugh, plot and misery mire. So Huffin, as Sirheavens is on the road towards an eventual finish here, pretty much has the path lined out for him. Where does this rank in terms of the races you have seen and the seeds you have seen rolled? How bad was this one?
You know, I can't say it was the worst, for sure. That bow definitely ranked up there, but getting those initial items, getting a nice cluster to begin with, kind of gave our runners plenty of options, just not the options that they needed. That bow, though. That bow.
That freaking bow. And that is not the first time I have seen the bow locked in that location. That cape can sometimes, even though it only has, similar to the shovel in this regard, it has, well, two potential purposes. One, opening up Aghanim's Tower. And two, darn bumper cave.
Yeah, but of course, it only needs to be one of those to make everything a mess. Though we didn't get a pedestal.
Sirheavens, no blue goo, but he's got a blue cane. That might save him. You can do spins when you have it, but takes down Trinex just fine.
And that will get him the bow. We'll get him the pod and Eastern clears. I would say Sirheavens is pretty much good to go. And since it looks like the commands weren't updated, I'm going to see if we can post all of our racers' Twitch channels in the chat. Always good to give these folks a follow, give them a watch in the future. You know, congratulate them and thank them for taking part in this tournament.
Apparently, Nightbot didn't realize, hey, we moved on to a new race after 7 o'clock. But of course, given these runners a follow, you see their names on screen. You know how to find one, which simple URL type, of course. Of course, kudos to the tracking team. We have Tim Lobo and of course Cyclone GU there. A restreamer. couldn't have brought you the video footage without him. That, of course, being Skipsy. Huffin, unfortunately, we're approaching that dreaded 3-hour mark when us commentators turn to pumpkins. So,
Afraid so.
yeah, we might not be able to see the finish here, but feel free to go over to Sirheavens' channel. Keep watching from there. Give him the hype. And, oh my god, I can't believe Sabo finished this in less than 2 hours.
Yeah, for that seed in particular, that was impressive routing and impressive play. Absolutely earned the victory there.
So I suppose last thing I could say, Upfin, it's been a pleasure commentating with you. I think this is the first time I've been outpunned on a stream.
I do my best.
So of course, throw follows to the entire support team. We appreciate it. And before I go and turn into a pumpkin myself, suppose I could leave the last word to you.
I suppose you could. So thank you all for
So I will.
watching. Thank you all for watching. Thank you to our runners, our trackers. Hope to see you all tomorrow, the day after, and the day after until this tournament comes to an end. For now, good night, and may the seeds be kind.